it. You guys should be seeing me. I'm so sorry we're late. We had all these like guest issues. Wings of Redemption isn't here, but he says he'll come late. He's helping a friend with car trouble. We had Kyle. First it was just Kyle and I, and then Kyle's internet just dropped off, so hopefully he comes back. But as it is right now, his internet connection crashed, and he just sort of left the call. But on here with me, I have OnlyUseMeBlade, and I have xJawz.
What's going on?
Hello. Let's get on.
Yeah.
Let's just dive into it, Woody.
Let's just dive right in?
Just head first, like a baby. Let's do this.
Dude, I saw this post on Reddit, and let me read it to you. Are you ready for this? It's gonna take like 1.5 minutes, so hang in there. So when I was 17 years old, I'm 26 now, my brother had a party at our house. He's 2.5 years my elder, and the party closed up and a few people stayed over. One such was a cute but chubby girl, let's call her Alicia. I say that because Alicia's her real name. Anyway, she knocks on my door and asks if she can sleep next to me because all the other beds and the couch are taken. I told her sure thing. Anyway, an hour later, out of a drunken sleep, she rolls over and stops me of my underwear and starts riding me. I get very, very excited, as you can imagine, for this is my first time ever. I somewhat sit up and I thrust as she rides. Anyway, we get really into it and we really start thrusting and she really starts thrusting. Our rhythm failed and she violently thrusted one way and I the other, then pop. The loudest noise popped from inside of her and extreme pain filled my entire groin region. I literally passed out for 2 or 3 minutes. My brother and his girlfriend were around me and the girls were all assessing the damage to his unit here. I was already starting to bruise, and I demanded to be taken to the hospital. Anyway, the prognosis was not good. I had a severely fractured, it's still called fracturing even though there's no bones involved, my penis. In his words, the worst he'd ever seen. I had an operation to fix the tears and whatnot, but I was still unable to get an erection. After 6 months with 0 erections, I became depressed, so I decided to get a surgery to help me get one.
What I had 6 months to get depressed.
Yeah, I know. What I had installed was an inflatable.
How does half a year pass and then you finally go, this is really fucked up?
Right.
The 6th day, you're just, oh my god.
By tomorrow morning, I'm concerned. So,
yeah.
What I had installed was an inflatable.
I got shot in the shoulder. I'm gonna go to the hospital in 9 months to see what goes on. Like that's. Okay, 6 months. He can't get an erection.
So what I had installed was an inflatable penile prosthesis. Once things are starting to look like I may get lucky, I press a button located on the side of my shaft, and it allows a bag to inflate and make me hard. The erection isn't as powerful as my old natural erections, but it does allow me to achieve orgasm. Anyway, the story also doubles as my most embarrassing. And then he puts on there something about his girlfriend. Hold on, let me scan for it. Anyway, his girlfriend totally loves this thing. She calls it the eye penis, and it's always ready whenever she is. Yeah. Oh, it says girlfriend loves new robotic penis. Calls it the eye penis. So there you go.
So what's the problem? That sound like a they live happily ever after kind of situation.
Yeah. Well, it's a Reddit post. It's not like a Mail Monday type thing.
Yeah, it's an Ask Me Anything. So everyone sort of goes back and asks more questions. They have whatever they need. Follow up.
I would have gone the route of getting a cast just so I can have people sign it, kind of thing.
I would have had mine coated in a candy flavor, just so. Yeah, honey, I think there's something wrong.
When he was young.
Yeah, he was 17, and it was his first time ever, and he broke his penis. And now he's living through the rest of his life with the eye penis, the robotic penis that's ready to go. And I don't
know. Is that legit?
I'm looking at a picture of it.
Oh my gosh, how legit are these? Are these more legit than the iPhone 4 pictures that we saw a long time ago?
These are. I'm pretty convinced this thing's fully legit. He's been verified on Reddit as a story. I can see the little
How do you verify that?
With photographic evidence, I can see the little balloon pump that I guess it's not. It doesn't fill with air like a Nike shoe or anything. It fills with fluid. So he has a little bag in his abdomen. When you press this button, it transfers from his belly to his unit, and now he's sporting a rager.
I wonder how that's affected at different like altitudes. Like if he goes to Denver, is it different or is
Does
takes
is he
longer
7
to
inches
boil.
in Denver and 6 in Philadelphia? What's
yeah?
Like, at the risk of going gay, this guy's got a... I wonder if he's bigger now. Because he's not hurting for size. He's doing fine.
Well, when it's mechanical, it's not really a matter of... it's just a matter of like an extra 10%, of your cost to get an extra inch on there or something like that. That's got to be the way it works. It's not that big a deal.
Like, let's say hypothetically I'm a woman, and I have breast cancer, and I have to go through a double mastectomy, and then I get like reconstructive surgery. You think I'm coming back in an A cup? No, that's not how we roll here. Yeah, we're coming back.
That's offensive.
Yeah, like a B or a C cup or whatever cup I want to be rocking. That's what we'll be doing.
I don't think A cuppers get breast cancer. It's like, like if cancer's a terrorist, they come in. Oh, nothing to do here, and then they move along.
So
my question is: does insurance cost more if you want to get a bigger size? Like it's gotta. Does insurance companies have like a rule, like, oh, if you go through breast cancer, we only cover up to a B cup. That's all we'll do, or a C cup.
My guess is that it's really not the materials that like crank up the expense of a breast reconstruction surgery.
What about the risk? What about the risk post getting the surgery? It's another good point. There could be more risk based on size.
But I was just sort of tying in the breast reconstruction surgery to this penis thing. If I have a fractured penis, I'm coming back like a porn star.
I'm coming back with a black one.
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, I think if you want a 12-inch one,
big old black dong, people like that. That's a conversation starter.
If you want it big enough, like if you're say, look, doc, it's got to be like 12 or 14 inches. I think the rule they only come in black. I think they'll just be like, all right, we can do it, but it'll be black.
Nah, man, they can make that shit rainbow, I'm sure. They can do anything with that.
We don't carry that size in honky. It's
customization to a whole new level. Like, what would you do if you could do anything to your dick? Forget tattoos. Tattoos have limitations to them. They're 2D sort of, and usually like you get black ones. You can do anything when you get a prosthetic made, and I'll bet your insurance will cover it too. What would you do on your prosthetic dick?
I would have a huge black detachable dick, and I would like detach myself just to scare girls for a second. Be like, "Oh my god, look, you took it from me."
You've got like an eject button on your other.
No, I would have fun with it. Like I would like go on the bus and like put it on the side seat, just see if anybody notices. Like if I picked up a girl, she'd have to sit in the back. Dick's riding shotgun. Sorry.
Oh man, that's funny.
I'd have a blast with it. Like you can't.
You have to own it, right? You have to own it, and it's your number one conversation starter, like Woody said.
Yeah, I think I've told this story before, but I have a friend of a friend, and that person had a prosthetic ball. So
just so a regular ball and then a prosthetic ball.
He was climbing a metal fence, and you know how the top of them have those like little crosshair things.
Uh-huh.
And most people, they just like get their jeans torn once in their life and learn. Well, this guy, he lost the ball, and it was not a secret, and all his friends called him Ping Pong, or Ping Pong Ball or something like that.
That's horrifying. Didn't something happen with your testes, Woody?
Yes, Jaws, actually. That did happen. I had when I was 15, I had a testicular torsion. So the, whatever... Was it the vas deferens or something that leads to the testicle? Mine was longer than it needed to be, allowing it to spin, and then I don't know. Like if you can imagine taking,
you know what they say about long vas deferens, right?
Yeah, I'm quite the man. But because it spun, like if you could picture spinning a tube, it got like closed up, and it wasn't delivering like blood flow to my testicle, and it was like a super painful, terrible thing. They took me in an ambulance to the hospital. Everybody saw my junk, including my mom, at like 15, which was just dreadful. And they basically slice open your scrotum, unspin it, and if you're lucky, like I was, it instantly pinks back up, and they sew it in place so it doesn't happen again. So yeah, that's my testicular torsion story.
If anyone wants to make their day seem a little bit brighter, that's one way to.
At least that didn't happen. So
Yeah.
You sound like you have like the Indiana Jones of balls, and my balls are so stay at home, no trouble, don't want to bother anybody, and your shit sounds like it has like a lasso, and it's just getting into all kinds of crime adventures and shit.
It wasn't content to just stay in place. That's for sure. So that's how we rocked it. I remember that. I had concerns about like fertility for a little bit, even though they told me like, it turned pink so fast you'll be fine. But then once we had kids, that concern was kind of solved. Yeah. So there's always that. It's one way to prove fertility, like make babies.
How old are your children, Woody? Like, what are their ages?
My daughter's 12. She'll be 13 in June, and my son turned 9 yesterday.
12 and 9. Any future gamer tags going to be running around, or
no? To be honest with you, so the original plan was 5. I had a boss who had 5 kids, and his family was just so perfect. It was like, wow, 5 kids. Can you imagine that? Like, I want what he has. And then we had a kid, and it was like,
I forget names at 5 kids.
It's like, oh my goodness, 5 kids seems like a lot. So then we thought, well, maybe 3 would be a good number. I'd get like sort of a healthy sized activity-based family, but 3. And then when we had our second, we had a girl and a boy. So all of a sudden, like further kids seemed, I don't know what this, like they weren't compulsory anymore. They were optional. It's like, oh, we've got our girl, we've got our boy. We can kind of, make it out from there. And then what happened is when Colin turned about probably 18 months or just before he was 2, we realized that he got diagnosed as autistic, and we kind of got lined up like, oh wow, this is going to be really expensive. It's going to take a lot of effort, and it almost felt
so
like
to bring on more kids would be kind of a.
It seemed like a betrayal to him at the time to like bring on more kids. So we were like, oh, we should stop here because while we have 2 kids, I would argue that like our parenting workload is comparable to somebody with like 4 kids.
Well, there you go. That definitely.
Does your wife ever get angry and call Colin by the sister's name and stuff like that? 'Cause that seems like that's like a mom. That's like a mom trend. Like where they'll get upset or angry and they'll start like running through the names of the family before they finally actually say yours.
Maybe she needs to age a little more. She hasn't been doing that. What she will do actually, now that you mention it, is she will call Colin my name if he acts badly. Which perhaps is telling, yeah. But, dude, our latest thing has been fighting. Like, I got to get my son some boxing gloves or something, because he and I are just going at it, like MMA style. And I'm teaching him to punch. He's got nice, crisp jabs. He was fighting windmill style, which is just embarrassing, right? That's not how gamer tags roll. So, so I taught him how to do, like, a nice right cross, and he's got a sharp left jab, and his Muay Thai kicks are improving, and it's cool. It's fun to fight with him.
I commend you for actually teaching him how to throw a punch because, like, it seems like the youth of America doesn't know how to fight anymore. I don't know.
Mine will. Jackie's like, he's going to beat somebody up. I'm like, it's better than the reverse. Nobody's
it's more, at that point, it's more about defense. It's not like he's going to, he's not going to, like, go venture out and just want to just punch someone in the face.
Colin's, he's really kind-hearted like that. I don't see that as a problem. So it should be all good. So, Black Ops 2 stuff dropped. Did anybody learn anything that wasn't in the videos?
Oh, that's a tough one. I wanted to bring up an interesting point about the time period that the game will be in. So I watched your video, and you at the end of the Taketetsu video, or I'm sorry, I forget which one it was. You mentioned that you think Modern Warfare or Black Ops 2 is going to be in the future.
Right.
Do you still think that, or has your opinion changed?
I still think that.
All right. So listen to my theory. I think that 10 to 15 years in the future is key because Black Ops members get weapons early. Like in the Black Ops 1 game, we had the FAMAS, which was a gun made in 2001, or at least that model was. Yet that game was based before 2001. And that was sort of like something that the developers spoke about a lot. So 10 to 15 years in the future, if the weapons are 10 to 15 years in the future, doesn't that indicate that we're going to experience like a modern game or a slightly postmodern game?
I think it's going to take place 10 to 15 years in the future still. And like I get what you're saying, but I don't know that they really use that whole get weapons early thing. And Black Ops, I wouldn't be surprised if it took place at more than one time. Like if you know how the last Black
didn't
Ops
Black Ops take place over the span of so many years?
It did, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened again, but I bet that it's going to cover some future warfare. And for me, I'm kind of happy about that. I'm ready to get some future warfare in. To me, I've seen enough modern day desert shooters in Unspecifiedistan. Like, how many times are we going to play that game? How many times in the World War II shooter, that thing is played out. To me, you either have to go like Revolutionary War, or you have to go forward and do a little bit of future stuff. And I don't like I think the newer guns are more fun to play with than the older ones, so I say go forward.
You know, I think that's definitely like true. To move forward would be better. I think it would make for a more fun game because they get to have a little bit more fun with what they use, like what they design. And I think that's sort of what they're trying to do. My theory is that my theory is that it's going to take place like around modern times now, and everything is going to be futuristic, and they're allowed to do that because of this Black Ops part of the storyline. And another thing that indicates that is in
what are you guys? Sorry for interrupting. What are you basing this off of? Like,
I'm thinking it's
only thing I saw was like a possible perk list.
So
like,
FPS Rush's video was a huge.
It was the first reveal trailer.
It was, yeah, and it's linked on the Call of Duty website. Now, another interesting point is that FPS Rush's video, he says, my friend Yuri, he says, thanks to my friend Yuri for the car. His friend Yuri died in 2017 in the Modern Warfare 3 storyline. So I think that also indicates that it must take place before Modern Warfare 3's time period. If, you know, he's Soviet, like Russia is Soviet, well, that indicates that he might know him from his time in the Black Ops. Like it was in the 1990s, Yuri was in the Soviet Union. So I think that's another thing that says Yuri is still alive at the time that Black Ops is going to take place, Black Ops 2, and it's going to take place in modern times because of that 10 to 15 years thing. I don't know. That's sort of my running theory right now.
Have you guys seen like the perk list leak?
I have, yeah. And some of it looked unbelievable. Like,
yes.
It's so I have heard, I think in official sources that there's going to be like 2 directions you can take in the pro perks, or at least Vandahar was like, you know, tweeting about it and kind of running the idea out there, floating it out there. So if people have no idea what I'm talking about, like let's say I'm going to make this up, so this is not accurate, but let's say that like one of the perks is quick draw, and then the pro perk you might do one set of challenges and earn the ability to throw stuns and attacks really quickly, and then you might do something in the other direction and add reload really quickly, but you can't do both, and once you choose a path you have to prestige to choose the other side. So that's
crazy. That's
rumored, and for me it might get me to prestige. I haven't prestiged lately. Like I think I did it once in Black Ops, and then in Modern Warfare 3 I didn't prestige at all. I just started getting gold guns and opening up all my perks and keeping my stuff because that's my favorite way to enjoy the game. But
I just hope. I mean, I know Von Hart's talked about this, but I just hope that the whole getting pro perks is not this gruesome, horrible grind, and I don't want them to. Like, I'm not a fan. I know that some people like Capture the Flag. I don't enjoy the game type. I don't want to have to play that to get Marathon Pro. So, making players play game types they don't want to play, it ruins it for everybody.
That was a challenge. So when I played Black Ops, I played it with good teammates. I seem to play Modern Warfare 3 alone a lot, but I played Black Ops with stacked teams all the time. And I can't tell you how many like freaking Nova gases I threw where everyone else got all the kills, or how many times I'd start, or I'd shoot a guy, intentionally reload mid-shot, and then shoot him some more, and then somebody else would get the kill. And it's like, it is so hard to complete these challenges on stacked teams because everyone else is running around getting kills that I'm going for. And
what do you think if they made it so that the pro perks were more difficult to get, but once you prestige, you don't lose them?
That'd be fine with me too. It's contrary to what prestiging is normally like, but that's fine with me. What was I going to say? I hope that the perks aren't quite as hard to earn as they were previously, because
Yeah.
it was really frustrating to earn all the perks in Black Ops, and that was that. But
I mean, if it's through something natural, that's one thing, but sometimes they make you do things that are just not contingent on being a good player. Like the reloading, like the injure someone, reload, and then kill them again. Like that doesn't make the mark of a. That's like not good gameplay. That's not to purposely do that. That's stupid.
You intentionally die a lot during that process of getting all those done, and then oh shucks, I keep getting my thought and losing it again. Son of a gun. That list. I'm not sure that list is very reliable. Like, did you see the thing about knifing? Probably you zeroed in on that. Where it's a two-hit kill for most people. But there's a perk that makes knifing a one-hit kill. I would be really surprised if Call of Duty didn't have one-hit kill knives as default.
Yeah, I would be too. Like,
did you catch the misstep in wording? Like, it said that you have 2 knives in each hand, and I was like, what? 4 knives?
Yeah.
That's a little bit weird.
I'm walking down juggling knives.
Dude, that would be the badass gameplay. I want to see it in theater mode all the time. Like, I want theater mode uploads only. I want you to have like a round nose from a clown and some big old feet just juggling as you stab people. That would be awesome.
You think they're gonna have player cards and all that stuff back again?
I hope so. I kind of liked my player card last time. And then I don't know, like people would
too many dicks and too many.
Oh yeah,
it's just a sea of dicks.
Mine was Tally, and I'm not even a partier. I just thought Tally was cool looking. Like it was awesome. And then people would get excited, like they'd pick up my gun in game. They'd be like, "This is WoodysGamertag's gun. It's got Tally on it." And it's like, "Yeah, dude, I've been leaving them all over the mat. Have as many as you want." But yeah,
I find it funny when you see those kind of videos online. Everyone sees you. Go ahead, Blade.
I've watched people's videos where like I've been in their gameplay and I look like a maniac running around, just me booking it with just a pistol out. It just looks crazy. I would like to see that. You know what? I just noticed Modern Warfare 3 doesn't have any third person stuff.
It does actually in private match.
Yeah, in private match, I think you can set up third person. I hate third person. Maybe other people like it. I was never
I think the ability to look around a corner without actually moving around the corner is really shitty. That kind of ruins it.
Yep.
I don't even like spectating in third person. Like let's say I'm playing One in the Chamber and I don't make it to the end, and then I'm spectating third person. I'm like raging over it. Well, not I internally rage. I don't be a jerk around line, but it's like, God damn it! I hate third person. How do I get this crap off? I
hate going into the what is it called, free for all gun playlist or whatever, and it'll put you in a game of One in the Chamber that started literally 30 seconds ago, and you just have to sit there. Like, why put me in this game?
Does that happen?
Spectate for the whole time.
Yeah, you have to spectate.
Yeah, if let's say I don't know how long the game is, but let's assume it's 3 minutes, right?
Yeah.
If you go in at 2.5 minutes. If you join a game, you just have to spectate. That's it.
Search
it's
does
really
that to you
shitty.
as well.
You know what's really interesting about Call of Duty? If you think about gaming as a sport, it's really the only sport that is entertainment from first person point of view. Like you don't watch any other sort of sport from first person, right? Everything else is third person. But Call of Duty is kind of it'd be crap to watch if you watched games from third person point of view.
From the sky.
Yeah, from the sky, that sort of thing. Even if they were visible.
I don't know if it was 40 players on Dome, that'd be kind of fun to look above and watch.
Maybe, but do you even know if that would be entertaining to watch on a football type programming level? Like if you were watching,
not at all. Not at all.
All right.
Call of Duty is all about that first person point of view. That you're that super soldier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you go on those streaks, then you just feel like you're king of the world. That's the whole point of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Joe,
what do you think about watching football from first-person point of view?
I mean, I used to play football. There was nothing too interesting. Not at one point I was like, dude, I wish they could have my point of view on this.
All right.
Sam,
Yeah.
are you happy or sad that you didn't do the dancing competition? Are we allowed to talk about those results for the first
Yeah,
round?
I think so.
Yeah. Are you happy or sad that you're not in the second round?
I'm sad. Of course, I'm sad. Like, I definitely did want to go back out to Los Angeles to get to see Carrington and get to dance for the next round. Would have been awesome to win the whole competition, but
Who'd you lose to?
I lost to one of the people in this call, Woody.
There were 12,
Oh, that's dirty, dude. That's mean.
Hold on. There were 12 people in the first round, and of those 12, 4 made it to the second round, and Jaws got 5th. So you just missed it.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't promote it until the 4th day. It looked pretty cool that I had gotten like 40,000 views on the video in 3 days without actually promoting it, and I figured, a lot of people were finding the video anyway, and then I sort of jumped on board with making a video, talk about, what I want to win the money for, and ended up just not coming in first, but I was, consoled by the fact that apparently I was extremely close to getting into 4th place. And did you see who got 4th place?
I only know. I know What's Up Bell got it. I know CNanners is in. I know I'm in, and I don't know the other one.
Well, I actually checked out the episode. It's
it's
Kingsley.
Kingsley.
Yes.
You talking about it's Kingsley, bitch? That
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah.
What's
I
Up
think
Bell?
that dude's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
he's dancing. He's dancing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is he voguing?
Is he?
Yeah. Like,
Would you say is he wedding?
Like Vogue, like Gold Madonna Vogue stuff.
Never mind. I thought you said voting.
No.
No. His dance was good. I thought it's cool. I'm really hoping to win. I want to win so bad. It's dancing, baby. That's me. That's my thing. I'm the dancing king of YouTube. What we do.
I'm getting a lot of. Okay, so this isn't a huge problem, but like I accidentally poured scented oil, like knocked over scented oil, and some of it got on my Black Ops disc, so now it won't read. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are giving me shit for having scented oil, but I like my house to smell nice. You know what I mean? Do you think something like that is like?
Do I think that makes you gay? No, I think it's the fact that you have sex with men that makes you gay, and the scented oil is nothing, totally not related.
Yeah, the effeminate nature of the products that you buy has nothing to do with your homosexuality.
Just because you buy, lubricants geared toward that market and scented oil and,
I don't know. I just don't like the idea of some like virgin out there that like farts and smells is like talking shit to me because I like to keep like a fresh, nice aroma in the house, because ladies like that. So that's what fucking bugs me about it. I don't know. I shouldn't let it bother. Normally I don't let shit like that bother me, but
it actually impacted you. Like that one got to your core.
That one actually did. Normally I don't care.
Isn't it crazy?
Me. I don't really care.
Yeah, man. I could go on and on about this, right? Like there are people who leave comments that say the most horrific things, right? They talk about my kids, my wife, etc., and
rolls right off you.
Rolls right off, right? And then every so often, like the weirdest thing will be that arrow that soared across the battlefield and landed right in your Achilles heel.
Yeah. I don't know.
And you're like, what the hell? Who knew my sensitive spot were scented oils? Like, how did that happen? Probably of all the things you've heard said, right? You're like, nah, dude, I'm just freaking bulletproof in that area. You're wasting your time. But every so often, scented oils.
Because I've had people say some horrific shit towards me, like
we're
YouTubers, so there's going to be some people that are going to say some insane shit, but for whatever reason, that one just stuck.
I've got kids that devote their channel to hating on me, man. It's subs and views, baby.
It's weird. I feel like our lives are on blast so much that you can say like we have thicker skin than anyone else, but you can also look at it like we get more insults than anybody else does in the world, so we get more that are meaningful.
I kind of flipped it. Here's the thing: I never want to like some of the insults are really good. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when I read the insults, like I take myself out of the equation and go, "That's a fucking great insult." You know what I mean?
Was it related to squirrels?
Yeah, that's just like your ability to appreciate racist jokes if you're black or Jew jokes if you're Jewish. Like I saw a great Jewish joke today. This comic strip $2 sent me. I don't
For
think
people that don't know,
Sam
Sam is Jewish.
Yes, yes. I don't think it makes entertaining podcast material, but I'll link you guys when I can.
I didn't want you to get hate for like being anti-Semitic.
I know all kinds of Jewish jokes.
Yeah, go ahead, Blade. Like I'm sitting here, I'll listen to them. A lot of people like throw Jew jokes at me, like they.
All right, what did the Jewish child molester say to the kid?
What I don't know what.
Hey kid, do you want to buy some candy?
All right, I get it. I'll send you the link to this one right here. $2 actually send this one to me.
The thing is like I think it's so hypocritical when people are able to laugh at like racist jokes or religious jokes or whatever, but if it's about their religion or their race, they get butthurt about it. I'm like, come on. Like,
yeah, it's pretty low. It's pretty low on even like the intellectual level. Like you don't understand like that you are being very, very hypocritical.
Oh,
I don't know. Do you see that one? I just linked it.
Yeah, there's a cartoon with two guys, and one of them has a plate of shrimp. He says, "This shrimp is great. You want to try some?" The other fellow says, "Sorry, I'm Jewish." He goes, "No, it's free." Which is, yeah.
I see. I enjoy it, but I think that does open up a discussion about a bigger, like topic that if you can't laugh at yourself, then you shouldn't be laughing at others. So you have to take it out. If
you got to own it, right? I love this. To me, it seems like when a culture takes some sort of insult or horrible thing and owns it as their own, and no longer becomes sensitive about it, then they've nailed. Taking away that weapon from whoever their opponents are. So, like, shucks, if you were to take white people, I'll start there. Like the honky or cracker or whatever, like, dude, you're just freaking invulnerable to that. It doesn't hurt. In the black community, they've only done it halfway. And I'm setting myself up for trouble here. But,
hell yeah, you're tightrope walking right now.
I know, right? But I feel like
dodging lasers.
Let's go this way. In the gay community, they call each other faggot, right? This is something that they say, and like it's, I don't know, fag or whatever. They sort of taken it back, and it's not as harmful as it once was. Okay. In the black community, they've only halfway taken the N-bomb. It's like it's cool amongst themselves, if I'm on target here, but it's off limits for you. And I almost wish that they get with the whole, all the way around, and desensitized the word, and just disarmed everyone who was hating on them.
I think it's the tone and the direction of what you say. You know what I mean?
So I think you guys are both afraid of offending people right now, so I'll make this real easy so we don't offend that many people. This is a good example. Cunt. So, like, cunt doesn't mean anything to us guys, like almost 99% of people watching this, but if you say cunt to a girl, you better watch out, because that girl's probably going to try and hit you. Like, that's a really, really serious word to them. So I think that's the best example we could talk about in hypothetical terms. Let's not get into race.
It's more about like what's behind it. Like if I were to say, I'm just going to say,
Jesus, is this going to be another freaking squirrel comment?
No, I'm just saying, like, if I were to actually say that to someone, to a black dude, and with the intent of trying to put them down or belittle them, then that's fucked up. That's racist. That's shitty. But like, nigga or whatever, they say that all the time. But it's like, I don't think, like, if I personally don't say it just because I just don't want to cross that line,
Yeah, I don't touch it. I don't touch it at all. I don't want anything to do with that. And what was I going to say? So I was on a call, and I wasn't using it in an offensive tone. I think I was quoting somebody else. And when I quoted somebody else, I put the R on it. And like, I wasn't even aware that there were two versions of the word. I misquoted, and everybody was like, whoa, you don't know what you just did. And I was like, what did I just do? And yeah, so I don't touch it.
That's the thing, though. Like, I really, like, even right now, we are going to have, without a doubt, some people make videos about the fact that we are talking about this subject now, and Blade just used the word, and you might have used it, whatever. And it's ridiculous, because the thing is, if the person who you're attacking then goes, whoa, I have no idea what's going on. Like, I do not know why everyone's hating. That clearly shows that they did not have an intention to be harmful with what they said. And if you twist someone's intent, that is really, really, like, mean to do. Like, that's just, you're wrong if you're twisting someone's intent.
That's how you get subs, baby. Twist their intent. Be a dick.
Yeah, but even still, like, who are the people who have done that the most? Are
They don't
any
get
of them
anywhere.
large YouTubers?
Yeah.
They don't really get anywhere. They have a ceiling because you can't hate. I mean, you can't. The thing is, you can only grow so big in the shadow of someone else. So
Wow,
the people
that was
who hate
really
on you, or the people
insightful.
who hate on me, like, you're standing in my shadow and pointing at what I do wrong. What was my intent? And also look at where you are. So maybe it isn't a little bit insightful, but that's just my 2
That was
cents.
awesome. I really like that. I think I might quote you at some point. You can only grow so big in the shadow of someone else. Wow. Listen to you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I just.
I mean, really, is there any I don't want to say large, but successful YouTuber that just attacks other people? I mean,
No, people really
No.
do like when you just call someone out for hating on someone. Like, people really like people don't like bullying, like, naturally.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think a lot of our subs are like kids who not are bullied themselves necessarily, but are in school or whatever and can see bullying. Why would they want to get on YouTube and see more people bully other people? Like, people, I'm not calling them out right now, but I'm just gonna say, one person who's hated on a lot of people is Fisticuffs, and I don't think you can deny that. I'm not hating on him right now. Well, again, I'm not saying any opinion on him. But the thing about Fisticuffs is when he hates on people, like, they usually bounce it back and they're not really affected by it. Don't you agree? Like, has anyone really been affected by that strongly?
It doesn't usually last a long time. I mean, in the case of Fisticuffs, by the way, I think he's just totally over that. He's done. He's doing what you're supposed to do, which is grow a channel based on yourself and not your opinions on other YouTubers are rarely interesting to anyone but you.
Exactly.
Like,
YouTube beefs might be interesting to the people that are on YouTube, but like the actual just viewer doesn't care.
Typically,
yeah, the viewer doesn't care, and when you start, like, I look at beefs as almost like you're running out of stuff to talk about when people start beefing with other YouTubers. They're mad because they made a video. I'm never gonna have like a video that another Call of Duty commentator made affect me or like, I've gotten pissed off a couple times, some shit people have said, but like, collect yourself, come back in an hour and see if you still care about it. Usually you don't.
More wisdom, dropping wisdom. Both my guests dropping wisdom on Painkiller Already this week. Bam, right there.
Those goosebumps will go away eventually.
Hey, I kind of want to bring this up, but so you mentioned the scented oil thing was somehow your Achilles heel, right? Somehow that little brand of hate actually got through your thick skin.
Yeah.
Did the squirreless thing get through? Did that actually bother you?
That was more obnoxious.
It was a goof.
That was just more constant obnoxious, like that poked me, but it poked me 1,000 times, but didn't penetrate. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And for some reason,
you weren't penetrated. All right.
Yes, contrary to the other scented oil customers at the market.
You guys are assholes. But I don't. I don't. The thing that I don't like. I don't know what it is, but like, there's women like certain things. They like a clean house. They like nice smells. They like fucking pillows, clean bathroom, shit like that. So like, I'm a straight male, but like, there's certain things that I do because ladies are responsive to that. And if I didn't do that stuff, they probably wouldn't come back to the house.
It's the only reason I bathe. Carry on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, like most people get get their hair cut, bathe, wash the car, all this stuff because of females.
Yep. Yeah. If you think about everything in life, that's the way life works. Everything you do.
No, I'm still gonna take a shower, but like,
not every day.
I think,
not every day. Not now. Later. Sometime.
I'm just teasing.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't understand. Like, so the thing that really bothered me about this is like, I'm not a gay person at all. I'm straight. If you're gay, cool. It doesn't affect me. But like, maybe it's because of my age or whatever. But like, to call me gay is kind of offensive.
Isn't that weird? Like, to actually be gay, I don't find offensive at all. Right? Knock yourself out. Do your thing. Well, can I go off on a tangent for a minute here?
Go for it, bro.
Old people are pissing me off. I feel like in old people, I feel like in 15, 20 years, this nation is going to make some amazing strides, right? The reason that gay people can't get married right now is this, silver-haired block of voters over there. The reason that, the drug war is executed the way that it's executed right now is this silver-haired block of voters. The reason that, shucks, some of these more conservative viewpoints are pushed, the nastier, meaner side of it, the pro-war guys, is this silver-haired block of voters. It's like as soon as they stop voting, won't this country be a great place? Like I'm looking forward to that, and I'm going to get blasted for this because I'm sure there's some 19-year-old.
You've heard it here first. Woody wants the old people Holocaust.
Oh no, that's not what I'm going for. But man, like there is this silver-haired block of voters making some really horrible decisions on the social side of politics. And I just sit here and think, man, like how they're holding us back. How great is this nation going to be in 15 years when we progress?
I think the selling point for gay marriage is we just need to tell them if there's gay marriage, that means there's going to be gay divorce, and that would be hysterical.
I worked with this guy, and he didn't want gay marriage at all. He's like, look, if gay becomes more socially acceptable, then there'll be more gay people, and that's a bad thing. And I'm like, really? So are you telling me that you're on the edge? That that you're about to become gay? No, not me.
As straight guys, we want there to be more gay guys because they are sensitive and can talk to your girlfriend and go shopping and do all that shit. So it's like a fucking positive thing to have that. They're well groomed. They fucking
But they don't have sex with your girlfriend.
Bum. Have you ever seen a gay bum? Nope, it doesn't exist.
Oh, they yeah, that's funny. But yeah. Oh, people are saying they want Wings. Just for people who missed the very beginning of this, Wings of Redemption is helping a friend with car problems. He said he'd join us during the show, but he wouldn't be able to make the start of it because there were some miles to travel, and he was a little more than 2 hours away. So he's doing the best he can. And then FPS Kyle was actually here right before the show, and his call just got cut off, and he has internet issues. So he said to start the show without him. It's been an hour. I guess he's got internet issues. So anyway, Kyle and Wings would both love to be here, but for one problem or another, they're not. Back on topic.
People were asking me why I was late, and I had car problems myself earlier today, so people were theorizing that Wings actually came up here to help me out, and I just want to reassure everyone now, Wings didn't drive all the way up to Pennsylvania to help me out. Although I would have appreciated that.
That's gotta be a ridiculous idea. I'd be like, oh, my car's fucked up. Woody, what's up?
You're North Carolina and Seattle right there. Yeah. Woody, I got a flat. Can you run over a pump?
It's ridiculous. That would be cool. I need to have more mechanical friends because, I've talked about this before. I want to have, obviously a friend is a friend, but it'd be really cool to have a friend that worked at an ice cream shop. You know what I mean?
I forgot how pimp your car was.
It is awesome.
What is the model of your car again? I want to look it up.
Fleet something, right?
It's called the Cadillac Fleetwood Limited.
Fleetwood Limited. I almost remembered. God. Blade has one of the coolest cars I have ever seen.
Yeah.
It's a rare one.
Really, guys.
It's a rare one, man. I actually was looking for that for that particular car for a while. Not the color. I would have preferred a white with a blue top or something like that. But
what color is yours?
When I actually found one, I was like, whew, get it.
Well, damn! Start the get your car paint job fund on YouTube. And
no, I like to keep it I want it to look like it came from the factory. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
A Cadillac Fleetwood Limited is so pimp. I want to see interior shots of the back seat. It's like a mini limo, isn't it? Oh, here it is.
I probably can.
Good Lord. You could almost fit in front of your back seats. I think you could fit the back seat in my truck. I've got a Tacoma. It has those flip down barely back seats. I think you could put that in your passenger's legroom.
Yeah, I mean it's a big car, and I never have to adjust my seat no matter how tall the person that gets in behind me is. It floats. You don't see them on the road, you know. So I love it. I like those cars that they didn't make too many of. Like I always wanted when I was a kid. I always wanted a Typhoon. You know.
Who makes that?
I don't know if you. Typhoon was made by GMC back in '92 and '93, and what it is, it's they took the Blazer,
mm-hmm.
the Blazer body, and then it was a fiberglass body, and they put a big fancy engine in it, and it actually was like faster than most Ferraris.
What I want?
It was the fast.
That's fast for an SUV. I was thinking of an old car. Like, how cool would it be to roll around in like a car from the '60s or something?
Oh, I would love, dude. I would love to have like a '67 Lincoln Continental convertible. Like, if you ever seen Entourage, like that car, I want that car.
That sounds cool, man.
To me, cars from like '93 are back in the day, man. It's like
'93.
I'm really interested in getting like, I want like a '60s or '70s Cadillac, and I want it to be a big 4-door car, and a 4-door convertibles to me are like the coolest shit ever.
Damn, that must
if
be
they're
a giant
done right.
car, dude. YouTube money and such. It's a big car. You guys want to call subs?
Yeah, I'm down.
I want to call a sub. Put some phone numbers in the chat. I'm looking. Someone said to scratch my nose if I'm reading this. I get that constantly. You know what I get? Look behind you. That's, oh my gosh, all the time with the look behind you.
Because it gets you, doesn't it?
No, it never gets me. It doesn't work at all.
Okay, obviously you can't do it now because I'm going to talk about it, but that would be a great prank to, like April Fools, just live streaming on April Fools, then all of a sudden someone comes by and just kills you during the live stream.
My wife did it last week. She snuck in the room with an airsoft gun, and like I didn't notice, and then she shot me, and it hurt a lot. It was freaking. You wouldn't think it would hurt so much, right? You would think that it's an airsoft gun. It's like a child's toy. What's the big deal? This one, it left.
No, friendo.
No, this one left a welt. It was not good. All right, so let's see. Hopefully, people have questions in mind, things to talk about. This guy has a McDonald's rap. Be prepared, next caller.
Hello?
Hey, did you put your name in the Painkiller Already chat?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh, welcome to the show. Do you have a question for us?
Hey. Huh?
Do you have a question for us?
Oh, I thought you just put the number in for calls. But I can leave a question. Like, what kind of question would you like me to think of?
All
Like,
right.
is there anything?
An entertaining one, hopefully.
Yeah. A thought-provoking one.
Typically, when you call on a show, you have something to say.
Crazy, I know.
It's crazy theory.
Yeah, just like, yeah, sure, if you're handing out phone calls, I'll take one. Go ahead, guys.
What's your guys' most frightening moment?
My most
I guess.
frightening moment?
Yeah.
Does anyone want to
Thought
go
I
first?
lost my YouTube once.
You watched your YouTube once?
Thought I lost my YouTube. That's why it was so frightening. That was pretty frightening.
That's your most
I
frightening
remember-
moment.
I
Cut that out, dude.
Live a little.
About that in one of your videos.
I'm trying to think.
Sheltered person, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie. About 2 nights ago, there's some big messages saying can't check out video because this channel is gone, and it was my own video, and I freaked out for like a half a second, then refreshed the page, and it was back.
I'm trying to
yours?
think.
Come
Have
on,
I had any
speak mine.
near-death experiences or anything? I've had. Blade, you got something?
I'm trying to think back. I've had some pretty scary experiences, but I'm trying to think of what would be the one.
Right, like I'm trying to think of stuff too. Like in surfing, I've had a bunch of rough times. Like I remember I've been under a fishing pier, and my like surfboard and leash were wrapped around stuff, and I'm just kind of getting beat against barnacle-covered pilings. I've gone over the falls in such a way that I couldn't find up again. But none of these are really exciting stories. I want something where I really came close to death. I don't know. I just feel like I'm drawing a blank on my most
Yeah.
frightening experience.
Well, I think the natural thing that your body does is that you try to push that to the corner. Like you don't want to think about that, you know, if it's something really fucked up.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's get into another caller. Thanks for calling in, man. Or, being called.
All right, thank you. It was nice being on here.
Peace.
Yeah.
All
I like how we ask for a thought-provoking question, and he gives it to us, and we're like, "Oh, I don't know, fuck."
That's interesting. I didn't look at it that way. I see where you're coming from. This guy has a McDonald's wrap. I'm totally psyched.
No luck.
Wow.
Oh.
You
That could
know,
have been his big break. That could have been his big break.
yeah, this guy was
Yeah,
about to
man.
hit it
This
in
Skype,
Hollywood.
this Skype call could be part of True Hollywood story, and he came in and he killed it, and then he just grew from there. But no, didn't answer his phone.
He was right there. He was right there about
Next.
to blow up.
And tomorrow morning, Keemstar is going to start Xbox, the YouTube channel.
So let's look here. Good questions. Come on, baby. What do we got? Some guy said he loves McDonald's wraps, but he spelled it with a W. Made me laugh. Ooh, this guy has a sex question for me.
Do you guys think Activision at this point is just fucking with us? Like, they're really just here to mess with us and make us think that there's all these different things we can find out? I mean, did you see the part of the Tacitus.com website that said Black Ops 2 weapons manufacturer?
Yeah,
not
I saw
us?
that.
I don't think that they're sitting there going, "Oh, let's fuck with them."
Hello? Hello?
Hello, you're
This is Painkiller
Yes,
Already.
it is.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, Woody?
Do you have a sex question for us? Wow. Do you have a question for us?
I do.
And, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I do. Don't worry.
Hi, I'm
I
Blade.
remember a long... Huh?
I'm Blade. How you doing?
I'm xJawz. I'm Sam. Nice to meet you,
What's
man.
up, Blade and xJawz?
Okay.
Woody, I remember a few videos ago you talked about your wife and how you're a jealous guy and she's someone that you won't share with anybody. So I have a would you rather double team her with Kyle or double team a cow with wings?
I'm gonna go with the cow. Yeah, because I'm not down to share the girl. I'm gonna double up on the cow. And a lot of people don't know cows have these like enormous, like fully functional tongues. They can wrap around and envelop things. I'm thinking a little bit of peanut butter, and we can make a go out of this.
All right, so you heard it here
All right.
first.
You answered that way too quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like, that's...
I'm down.
Woody would rather
Cow.
double team a cow than share his wife with FPS cow.
That's the truth. Yeah, that's what.
Is Kyle going to be on the show tonight?
Kyle was on the show. He was on the call. We were all sort of getting ready for the show, and then he had internet problems. So I said, "Should we start without you?" And he said we should. So I'm not sure how long his internet problems are going to last.
All right, well, fuck everyone on the show except for Kyle. I threw a curveball out there.
Get the hell out of here, man! It's the end of him.
Yeah, go ahead and put his number out in the.
Put it in the Twitterverse.
That warrants. If some punk ass kid tells me to go fuck myself, his number is getting put out there. So
Yeah, I honestly think that guy was, like, being mean, like, really trolling you.
no, he was a punk, dude. So
Yeah.
Woody, could you please put his number in the chat?
You think he was being a punk?
I think
When
it
he,
was, like,
did you hear the part saying "fuck everyone" on the show except for you, and then the part earlier when he just started straight talking to you, and we're like, "Hey, we're here too. Nice to say hi." He's like, "Whatever." Dude's a punk. Put his number in his chat, please.
Well, you've got his number. You see, it's the last time we called. You can do it.
Okay. I got a Twitter.
Yes, you do. You got a full-fledged Twitter if you want. Oh, man.
Right.
That's the risk you run. I swear, I like that kind of as a Painkiller Already risk.
You know what? I just did a commentary about this, like about abusing powers when people piss you off, just because we happen to have large followings or whatever. And I mean, the gist of the commentary was just don't do it. You know.
But didn't you just do it?
Well, I don't know, man. There are some exceptions to the rule. FPS Russia has the best one, I think, to abuse his following. He tweets out restaurants' phone numbers while he's there, and I stole it from him immediately. The following day, on Easter Sunday, I went into a Cheesecake Factory. Wouldn't give me a table, so I tweeted out their number as we sat there for 40 minutes, and the phones just went off the hook. The manager was an absolute ass to me when I just asked for a table, and FPS Russia taught that to me the night before at Morton's. It's one of the funniest things you'll ever see.
People don't know.
I think abusing power can be awesome.
Have you guys ever done the thing where you get two phones and call up like Chinese food places and have them talk to each other? Because they'll repeat the order and try to order from the other person. They're like, no, we don't have that. And they keep on going back and forth. It's pretty hilarious.
No, I've never seen that.
Guys don't know, but OnlyUseMeBlade is a huge tipper. You tip like a boss. He tips huge. And, but have you ever given bad tips? That's what I want to know. Do you have punitive tipping involved in your repertoire at all?
It was a like I've had situations where I didn't tip at all, but that's because the server was a complete asshole. Like
I've had,
went above and beyond to make sure that my day wasn't good. So I've had situations like that, but
I've been told you're not supposed to tip nothing. That they think it's an accident. I've been told that you're supposed to tip something really small.
Oh, like I should tip a penny or something?
I actually tipped a dime in the situation I'm thinking of.
What was the situation?
So I came in and I asked, I guess they were seating us somewhere terrible. Like we had no kids and there were like screaming children, or there was something really awful about the seat. And I'm like, can we sit over here? Yeah. And they said no. They just flat out rejected us. And I was youngish at the time. I'll say 20. And I felt like I wasn't getting good service because of that. So whatever, I sat where they told us to. They said that portion of the restaurant was closed. The very next customer gets sat where I wanted to seat. I think I messed up my tenses there. But yeah, the very next customer got the table I was hoping for. And it was like, you son of a gun. Really? You just flat out nailed me and then they go? And then the food was late. The food was slow. And the service was like snarky. Like she had some sort of attitude with us. And at the end, it was just...
that deserves a non-tip. Yeah, all
yeah,
that stuff
it was
together.
like... Yeah, all that stuff added up, and it was like, you know what? Like, I always tip. 20% is like my starting point. Like, I'm a decent tipper. Mm-hmm. And it was like, all right, you get a dime. That's it. I'm doing it to you. I am diming you. And that's what I did.
Yeah. I mean, I've always thought of this. Okay, let's say you go to a... if you go to like a cheap place like a Denny's or something like that, right? And your meal literally is only $7. I typically tip like half or more because they're actually doing a lot of work for just, you know what I mean? Even though it's only for $7. Whereas if you go to a nice restaurant, I'm supposed to pay this dude $150 because he's going to open up a bottle of wine. You know, it's like you have to have some reference points to it.
$150? What kind of tipping?
Well, they have like corking fees.
Oh wow! I've never heard. I didn't know about that.
No, you can bring a bottle of wine to a restaurant and they will cork it for you and serve it to you as if that you bought it there. But they'll charge you a corking fee, and it's normally like $100, $150.
Wow,
that's
an incredible amount of money for next to no work. I usually tip like 20.
Hey,
to
1 second, guys.
Yeah, I usually tip like 20 to 30%, and I even feel bad. This is something I know, Woody, you dealt with when we were staying at a hotel that added in the room service automatically.
Yeah,
and I felt bad tipping nothing, and I found like that was a lot of the money I gave them was like a 50% tip.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
But like, if a 22% tip is built into it, are you supposed to tip nothing? Are you supposed to give a little something on top of the 22%? But it just seems like that was already a decent tip.
because you have to understand, like, if you're tipping 20% on top of something that already has 20% built into it, you're giving something like a 30%, 40%, 50% tip if you're really giving them something healthy on top of that, if you didn't know that something was built into it. And I found it really, really sneaky of the hotel to do.
Yeah.
But I couldn't help myself from still tipping.
Me too.
Because I felt so bad just giving zeros like on the tip.
And then you've got Blade on Twitter over there saying, you know, like, yeah, that's how you're supposed to tip. You'll get better service. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I mean that's honestly what it is. Like for repeat service, you tip well, they're gonna come to you immediately.
Yeah, I got all my guacamole,
Hello?
instantly.
Hello?
Hello?
Did you put your number in the Painkiller Already chat?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? All right. So, rumor has it that you were both high and having sex when we called earlier. Is that right?
I don't condone in either activity.
You don't condone sex?
I'm a gay priest.
Yeah, the way
There's a lot of those, aren't there?
the way I heard it, that you were unavailable because you were doing both at the same time, like a boss.
No, I'm praying actually.
Alex, welcome to the stream.
Hi, guys.
What's up, man?
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Alex? Alex, why aren't you in the dancing competition?
Wait, this is
because
White Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How you sound super sedated. Like you sound I thought this was a random caller.
Nope.
No, this is Alex on his cell phone.
Did you drink like what was the thing I saw on the news where kids are drinking like hand sanitizer?
Oh, the hand sanitizer? Yeah, I sniffed that too. I take it to the next level.
That's
No,
a crazy.
there was a goat hoodie. There was a goat hoodie featured on there, and it was like the most epic, most amazing moment of my life to see like a goat hoodie on the on ABC News.
That is kind of
That was
cool,
great.
actually. Yeah.
But they weren't. I mean, I hope he wasn't associated with drinking that hand sanitizer.
What's up with the hand?
I hope my goat.
What ingredient is it in
Those
hand
activities.
sanitizer that gets you high? Like, is it
Yeah. Well,
It's the alcohol.
I-
is
yeah,
it the same alcohol that
yeah.
you drink with?
I guess they said it was.
I mean, do
like,
people not have
concentrated.
older brothers anymore? Like, are people that like, are kids? Is it that
Yeah,
difficult to get booze? Like, damn,
Yeah,
I feel like I
kids
need to
are
go buy
desperate
booze for
nowadays.
kids now, just to be safe.
As a public service to get them off the
Yeah.
hand sanitizer?
Yeah. Hey, I saw a Cops episode. This dude said that he was buying crack because he wanted to get all the crack off the streets so no one could buy it anymore.
great cover. I've never understood people who drink like Listerine or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, how bad does it get that you're spending
Like,
$4?
don't your parents have booze? Like,
Jesus.
Woody, what is the appropriate time do you think that your son would drink? Like, what age would you not be mad at him if he came home drunk?
Oh, God. He'd have to be at least 13.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Because that's when I started. I was like 12, but I got in trouble. I don't know. Not mad? Certainly if he was in college. I think
Yeah.
that might be it. If he's in college, then... Oh, I don't want to call it expected
And I
behavior, but...
hate asking the tough question, but the daughter.
Are you talking about alcohol still?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Same thing, college. Yeah, if she's in college and she's drinking, then I'm kind of thinking that's, part of the experience, I guess.
Part of the experience, yeah.
This
Yeah.
is interesting. I mean, we have someone from each age group here, Well, 1 to 18, we've got someone from the 100 and on group, Woody, and then you two, who are both legal drinkers. I don't know, I'm pretty open about the fact that, I have engaged in alcohol use, and I think most people my age have, and I think it's a little bit ridiculous if I get criticized for it, because Like, for example,
That's the
Syndicate.
same thing as as a premarital sex. Like that to me, that's the same thing. If you haven't drank anything because you're not legal yet, but you're like 19, that I don't buy it. Like,
It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, guys, Syndicate, he's been drinking since he was at least 18. I'm not saying he ever drank before he was 18, but it's completely legal for him, and no one ever criticizes him saying that he's going to drink. And is he really all that more special than I am because he's less than a year older than me?
I'm kind of pissed off.
He got to around 100 in zombies. He's a lot more special.
All right, Alex, I understand.
He brings
I'm
up
a
a
little
strong
offended
point.
that no one's ever tried to start an intervention for me. Like, does nobody care?
I've had a question for the guys. White boy, and I didn't mean to call you all night. They just asked for you in the stream, and I thought it'd be funny. I don't know, but here you are, practically on the show. If you were to have a kid, right? Hypothetically, you're having a boy. What do you name him?
The number 2.
Not bad. Not bad. It's no 7, but all right.
White boy, do not have
No,
kids.
no,
Do not have kids.
No. It would be probably the @ symbol. That or
the Twitter @
no, yeah. And then the last name would be White Boy 7th Street. So I'll probably get some followers.
Like your favorite.
No,
His name's
like
your
your favorite. That works. And then no. This is what I do. I have a kid. I name it Like and Favorite. And then after the cute period's up about 3-4 years old, I just give it away. No, but,
Someone who favorites this video is going to get at White Boy 7th Street. Or like and favorite, I'm sorry.
Seriously, I think it'll be Alexander to follow in my footsteps.
Are you sure you want that?
Hey, I gotta pee super bad. I'll be back.
All right. Sam, if you have a kid, what are you going to name him?
Serious or joking question? I mean, my serious answer is probably David. Name him after my dad. That's what my dad did. We sort of just alternating up and down Sam, David, Sam, David, Sam, David down my lineage. But yeah, I'm totally for White Boy naming his kid like favorite and giving it away on stream. White Boy, for the record, I will I'll upload a promotional video promoting your giveaway and tweet it as little as that may help. I'll
we're gonna live stream the birth.
Is Kelly down for that? Or maybe you can have a surrogate do it. Find some lucky woman out there who wants to have your seed. I mean, I say go for it and do a little.
White Boy, I love this side. Next time some second-rate YouTuber calls me out for something, I'm just going to totally give away one of the kids for likes and favorites. Here she is. Like and favorite this video. One lucky person is going to have her to keep. She's a little grumpy at bedtime.
So, Woody, is there any plans for a little splinter running around the?
Oh, another one?
Gamertag?
Yeah. It's funny, we weren't going to have a third kid. We actually talked about that earlier on the podcast. And, so people wonder, whatever. My real age is 39. And we're right sort of at the end of fertility. We come to this decision almost. If you want to have another kid, it's go time. So, probably not. Probably just 2 kids, the boy and the girl. We're good.
2 is a good number. You can show attention to all your kids at 2. None of them really feel like they're left out.
Plus, there's the retirement thing. Let's say hypothetically that you intend to support your kids until they get out on their own, right? When is that? If a kid finishes college, they're going to be at least 22, 23. Take that and add it to your own age, If this kid was born, let's say that we got hopping right now. This kid would be born when I'm 40. Which means I'll be 53, 54 when I'm done paying for his crap, and then I get to, pilot.
No, 63.
Yeah, probably something like that.
He made it 33 years old?
Didn't you say you're 39? So
yeah,
you're 40, so 23, you'd be 63.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah. Thank you. Math error. 63 is a long time to be, you really want to be paying for someone's college education at 63 years old? You're going to be at that for a while. It seems like, I don't know. Your life will be in the.
Dude, I saw a dude
stretch.
come in with 4 kids and like a mother-in-law, and then he walked into Subway and he just looked like he wanted to kill himself. Like his Subway tab was like $83. And like he was just like he was on the thing where he had to fill the drinks for all of his family members, and you can just tell he was contemplating suicide. Like he just looked like, oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is bad.
Mm-hmm.
My friend,
we saw a pregnant mom when I was picking up Kelly at the bus stop with 4 kids, and she got 1 kid off the bus, and she was pregnant, and she was like building a football team over there or something.
Dan from Painkiller Already had 3 daughters, and I remember we were.
Oh, ouch!
Yeah, did I say 3 daughters? He had 4 daughters, and yeah, guy's got.
He's growing a vagina. He's
4 daughters, and
you have to adjust.
So we work in IT, and because of that, you're always concerned about like identity theft and information security and stuff. It's part of your job. With his take on information security, he was like, "F it, you want to steal my identity? You think you can handle this? Take it."
Yeah.
Like, you don't want this. You come back, you'll be giving my identity right back to me by the end of the afternoon. Like you'll never last a day. That was his take.
It's interesting, people who have girls, because there aren't many people out there who have just one child and it's a girl. And people ask why, and it's because if you're a guy, the truth is, it might not sound very politically correct. If you have a girl, you're gonna keep rolling the dice until you get a son. You have to have a son. Like, I
interesting.
Think that's, like, really,
do you think that's true, Ryan?
Really the way I'll do it.
Oh yeah, you need someone to carry on the legacy.
There's that, and you can't just have a companion for your wife. You need a companion, right? It can't just be the dog. You need to have a son. It's a pride thing.
So let me tell you my experience. I felt the same way before I had a kid. And I've shared this once in a dual com. It's not like some big secret. But before I had any kids, I wanted a boy. And we were going to have our first kid as a surprise. But, like, I don't know. I had this thought process, like, dude.
What do you mean as a surprise?
As in you don't know the sex in advance. So
That's stupid.
Yeah, okay. So anyway,
well, I'm sorry for calling you stupid. I'm sorry. That was mean.
Now and then I am. So we were gonna have our first kid, and we weren't gonna know the sex, and that's what we did. But leading into it, I was sure I was gonna have a boy. Like I just knew it. You know why? I don't know. I'm lucky. I got karma. It's not gonna be a problem. I am guaranteed to get a boy just because bad things don't happen to me. And then I had a girl, and it was like I was, at least short term, devastated. I didn't know how to fix it. I remember, so we had the kid, and then like I was there for the delivery and everything, and then eventually they take the kid, they put it in like the nursery thing of the hospital, and my wife goes to sleep, and I go home and handle whatever house stuff needs to be handled, like let the dogs outside. And I'm sitting there on my back porch, and I'm thinking to myself, like, this is incurable. Like this is a permanent condition. There's nothing I can do that fixes her girlness. Like it's not like, tragedies in my quote unquote tragedies in my life up to this point where like I crashed a car, because you crash a car and 18 months later you kind of back on you like whatever, yeah, that was my old car, I broke it, this is my new car, everything's fine. But I'm like, she's going to be a girl till the day I die. Like this is just unfixable. And then I got to know her. And like over the years, I grew really, really fond of my daughter in a non-pedo way. And like by the time I was having my second kid, I kind of wanted another girl. I was like, I'm not sure I can love a boy as much as I love my daughter. Like this is like, she was so perfect to me. She was everything. I like the bond I had with my daughter was so tight that I didn't want to risk it on having a boy. Now, I guess I was kind of on the fence. Like, I wouldn't feel like I lost if I had a boy. But that was what happened when I actually had a girl. Like, I went into it thinking, what am I going to do with this? Like, I don't know anything about ballet. And after a couple of years, it was like, this is actually a really good thing.
Yeah, I think no matter what, your instincts, your biology takes over, and you cannot help but love any child of yours no matter what. So I may say, I want a boy no matter what, and guys want boys, and that's typically the way they may think before they have a child, but no matter what. I'm not making any sort of statement that you love women less, or you love girls less when you have them daughters. It's just a childish or meaningless, thought beforehand.
I think like a lot of people would like multiple children, and they would like to have a son first and then a daughter, so that the son can be like kind of a protector of the daughter later on, and as they go through their school years.
I like it the other way. Daughter older, she
can
babysit without being a freaking jackass fool.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, but like another thing that new parents walk into is they're supposed to instantly love their children, right? Like if you're watching the stream, you have this kid. And everyone is like, oh, don't worry, you're going to fall in love with this kid. It's going to be the most amazing thing, whatever. You're going to you will instantly, as soon as you set eyes on him, you're going to love your child. And me, I don't know. Like, I like the moment I saw my kid, I'm like this. Like, what can you do? Like, you just kind of mushy. Like, that's all you got? Like they had nothing to offer. It took months for me to bond with the kid, and the only reason I throw that out there is like I hate sometimes new parents feel guilt over the fact that they see their kid and they're like, oh my god, how come I'm not like head over heels insta bonded with this child like they say I'm supposed to be? But the truth is, some people are, some people aren't. It doesn't mean you'll be a bad parent. So. Dropping the parent background.
The third part of incitement in this episode of Painkiller Already.
Where is Wings of Redemption when you need him? I want to hear his.
Yeah, I'd love to have him drop a dead baby comment or something terrible about the world comment to follow up all these insightful things that are happening here.
The world's
The
world's overpopulated as it is.
Yeah. That's his thing. I think he would have liked your comment earlier. Go ahead, Alex.
This is the first Painkiller Already he's missed, right? Wings?
Maybe the second. Yeah, but Wings is usually really solid. It's not his fault. We covered it earlier, but you probably weren't on. He has a friend who had car trouble, and he's driving all the way out there to help him and back. And he called me at like 6 to let me know. I didn't check my voicemail right away. And said it would be maybe more than 2 hours. He said he would join midstream, but even when I heard that, something about helping your friend who's having car trouble just strikes me as it's going to take a long time. Like that's not going to be something that you fix ahead of schedule. It never is.
Why do car mechanics feel the need to tell you every technical thing that's wrong with your car?
For the money?
I don't get that. They feel that they need to teach me something about cars. I'm just like, maintenance for me is putting gas in it. Like I have no mechanical, like I know some things I guess, but I'm taking it to you to fix it. Don't tell me all these technical things because my brain just shuts off when you start talking like that.
I think they rely on that for repeat business.
The takeaway from this is that I'm smart and you're not. That's the purpose of this conversation. All right, this guy's got a question.
Sorry I can't come to the phone right now. I'll try to call you.
Well, that was disappointing.
That was her sorry I'm not here message? She should.
I'll politely correct you and say that was a very young child.
You think?
Yes, without a doubt. Like,
all right, recall. Okay. Let's listen to this voicemail again. But let's play girl or prepubescent boy.
The game show, the YouTube game show.
Hello?
Hi, this is Painkiller Already. Did you put your phone number in the chat?
Yes, I did.
Well, are you a boy or a girl?
Hang up. Let me call you again and
boy.
let it go to voicemail.
He's a boy. I told you.
Knew it. Hey, so are you sure you're old enough to watch the show? Like,
this is embarrassing for me.
Yeah, we're
oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you a hard time. The line of thinking I had was this: my mom watches my YouTube channel now, and it's on my mind sometimes. Like I think about the
I hate
crap
that.
that I say, and
I think I'm gonna block my mom. Because one of my greatest videos ever, she saw it and like called me up and told me to take it down, and I did. So
really,
Blockbuster.
what? Why did you have to? Which one was it?
it was me drunk going to pick up Black Ops.
Oh no!
Oh man, I heard about it, but I didn't get a chance to see it.
Yeah, it was only up for about 6 hours, and people
Please
loved it.
Link it. Like you upload it somewhere else.
I only stab people when I knife them, right?
Yeah. I told I basically got really drunk and I like talked to the people in the line at the Blockbuster and I was wasted. And like when the dude asked me for my ID to pick up the game, I told him my name was Blunt Smoking Anus Destroyer. I mean, I was a wreck. But my mom watches my videos and she called up and she was like damn near crying because no one wants to see their son just super duper wasted buying a video game at Blockbuster and putting it on YouTube. So I was like, okay, I'll take it down.
Oh,
Mama
so
Blade.
sad. Mama Blade.
Mama Blade. That's how Brian brings in all that YouTube money, that dough.
That's why he drives the
I mean,
caddy.
it's not like she's calling about every single video, but this is like the one time that she called up, and she was crying, like she was just like, I why would you put that up there, and she was just like, and plus she wasn't too happy that I was just like blacked out drunk, like
Yeah, I understand.
I have a story similar to that. When we were trying to get this new place, the landlord took us off to a separate room, and he said, "Do you mind not swearing so much in your videos?" And he gave me suggestions to switch out the word, the F word, for something more politically correct. He was like,
you could say
Hoover."
shucks.
Yeah, that was kind of awkward.
So your landlord knew about your videos?
Mm-hmm.
And how?
well, you kind of have to say that, if you're telling them what your source of income is, because otherwise they're going to think he's like a drug dealer or something.
Yeah.
Like that's what I tell people now. I just be like, I'm a drug dealer, because if for me to explain it to them, like what I actually do, like whenever I say it to people and like ease into it, they just don't believe me. So now from the get go, I'm like, I sell cocaine.
So Brian, do you feel like shame with what you do, or no?
Shame?
Yeah.
No.
All right.
It's just complicated.
No,
Yeah,
it's not shame. You know what I mean? Like most people think it's actually a pretty cool situation, and most people are envious of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not shame. It's just not believable. You know what I mean?
In my world,
Like-
most people just don't get it. Like I used to
Yeah,
tell
they
them
don't
I was a
understand it.
senior software architect at Cisco, and they would just be like, "Oh, some computerish thing that I don't really get."
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll say like, "Whatever, I'm a YouTuber and I have, a minor league online celebrity," and they just say, "Yeah, it's some sort of Web 2.0 thing that I don't really understand." Yes,
Don't we have a caller on, or did we just
we do. Yeah, we haven't really been talking.
Oh.
boy or girl?
So, did you have a question,
Hi.
caller?
Yes, on a yearly basis, how many times have you high-fived a cow?
High five to
He-
Cal. I don't
He
know that
really thought that was funny.
I don't
He
know if I've
really
ever
thought-
high-fived a cow. I've smacked one on the butt now and then. But
I can't
My
think of
cat
a
fell on
situation
me.
where
Does that
I'm
count?
like, yes, where's a cow?
I
Let's share this moment.
I bet I'm good for 10, 20 high fives on my dog. The guy can give me his paw. So there you go. Thanks for coming on, man.
That might be dangerous.
For a
High-fiving
dog
a
to give
cow.
you high-fiving a cow?
No. Yeah, if a cow gets up like a dog gets up to give you a high five, that's not going to be pretty.
That was really his question?
Yeah, I know, man. Like his moment in the spotlight. People can't come up with better things to ask.
I'm going
Man.
easy on him. He sounds young.
No, you guys all think he's a woman. I'm the only one who thought he was a young boy.
Well,
That's for later. That's for later, guys. So
This guy has a math question. Do you guys want to take it?
I love math questions.
I have an idea.
am into math.
I have an idea. White Boy 7th Street versus OnlyUseMeBlade Spelling Bee Round 2. Redemption.
Yes.
No, we gotta move it. We gotta move it on to the math portion of it. Next time we can do geography. Next
I'm down to have a math off. I had all my math done, all my high school math done before I got to high school. Like
All right. Let's do it.
I'm a math guy. I will math tussle with any of you guys.
All right.
I love math.
Let's come up with problems. What do you mean, you?
I'm doing my best. I'm trying to think.
No, we had that guy with the math question, right?
Have him come on.
Oh shucks, he scrolled. Let me see. Oh, I still have him. All right, so this
after this question, I'm gonna have to leave.
Okay.
But it was an honor. It was a pleasure.
All right. So I think first one to get it right wins. That's how we're gonna do this thing.
Yeah.
So the current score is.
Hey, do you have a math question for Painkiller Already?
Yeah. Okay. So Donald is rolling a number cube, labeled 1 through 6. Which of the following is least likely?
Wait. Slow down. Stop. Yeah. You got to read this a little slower. Donald is rolling in number tubes?
Well, you see, in school we can't say dice because they think it's like casinos and shit, so we just have to say this. Anyway.
Okay, we're not in
is
school,
this one of your homework questions? Do you need help with your homework?
Well, no, actually, this was a packet we did in class, and we have finals coming up, so I need help.
All right,
Come on,
I'm curious
boy.
about this. So they're rolling dice labeled 1 through 6. Carry on.
Which of the following is least likely? A, an even number, B, an odd number, or C, a number greater than 5?
C.
Are you kidding me?
A number greater than 5.
Yeah, C.
Wait, did he say least likely?
Yeah.
Yeah, least likely.
Oh, and it's one die?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, then it is
C.
obviously C.
C.
That was too easy.
Yeah.
So we're looking for callers above the age of 8.
I got a math question. And the guest can do this. So there's a bum, right? And he rolls cigarettes out of cigarette butts that he finds in ashtrays. Now, if he gets 7 cigarette butts, he can roll himself his own cigarette. Assuming he has unlimited rolling papers and assuming that all cigarette butts are the same, if he comes across an ashtray and there's 49 cigarette butts in there, how many cigarettes can he smoke off that?
7.
Well, I don't know. You see, math is that only subject where some dumbass buys 40,000 watermelons. Who the fuck buys 40,000 watermelons?
Okay.
A watermelon drop shipping company, but I'm going to say 7.
Yeah, I thought 6 for blades.
I believe it is 6 for some reason.
Because you can roll another cigarette out of the cigarette.
All right.
It's 8. It's 8.
It is 8. You got it, but you went the opposite direction. But yeah,
you did.
It is 8. Because once he has those 7, he can smoke that, and now he has 7 butts, he can roll another one. So it's 8.
That's the one I missed. I see.
All right, guys, I'm going to let it go.
Thanks for coming on, man.
All right, fuck Kyle.
White Boy ended with F. Kyle, which cracks me. He's a regular listen to the show. So, COD Killers. Respawn Entertainment comes out with their game this fall, right? The people that made COD 4?
If you say so, yes.
Who thinks they're going to have some sort of COD competitor on their hands?
I hope it's like COD 4 Anniversary Edition. That's what I'm hoping for.
Man, wouldn't that be beautiful?
It'd be awesome.
Really? I'm the only one on this call that thinks that's overrated? Like that?
Yes.
Well,
The hit registration on COD 4 wasn't actually better than it is now. That the Frag Times 3 actually was a pain in the butt. That
No, here's the thing though, man. Like I think that Frag Times 3 is actually needed. Because here's the thing. Most of the time when you play Call of Duty 4, what is it? 6v6, right?
Right.
In order for you to get that in order for you to get that helicopter, you need to kill one of those players twice. just nature of the beast, right?
Okay.
Without grenades and without the spawns, it's nothing stopping the people from camping for those kill streaks. There's not really heavy duty campers in Call of Duty 4. Now there might be people that want to hold down choke positions or whatever, but there's not like some guy in a corner just holding up shop, because if you get killed, we're going to watch it, we're going to cook a grenade, and it's like instant death. So I think even though people bitch about the grenades, and yes, people did abuse it, throwing 3 grenades in the sky and just having it come down was very annoying, but without that, then people would just camp for their kill streaks. It's an anti-camper tool.
It is, yep. I like that explanation. And Call of Duty 4 just has so much staying power. That game was really the only one that was innovative.
It's interesting that like Call of Duty 4 is, you're calling it the one with staying power, but I look at it and I think it's the one with the least amount of stuff. Right? Like
yeah.
You go to
we don't need all that. We don't need 10,000 things to worry about. Like, remember when you first got Modern Warfare 2 and there was like so much customization?
Mm-hmm.
That's too many things to work. That's too many things to, like, they all say, oh, there's a counter for this, counter for that. I don't want to fucking play a game where I have to counter for 17 different things.
And by the way, you have to pick 3 of those 17. Like, oh, sure, there's a counter for whatever assassin, but yeah, you can't keep that or something. I don't know. Like, I'm busy countering.
Also, I think I kind of liked the community a little bit better, because the community of COD 4, we hadn't been playing Call of Duty for 5-6 years. So right now, I think with Modern Warfare 3, there's people that have been playing since COD 4, and they're really good. I don't like good players. I like playing against bad players. So I think that's my. I'll admit that's my fun. I like shitting on bad players. Like whatever. I'm not some pro. I think I'm an above average player, but I like crapping on bad kids. It's fun.
And as a YouTuber, I find it harder to give tips on videos too. Right? Like, Shucks Drop Shot was a valid video back in COD 4. That was something that people needed to know about. Tactical layout, that was like a valid tip back in Call of Duty 4.
That reminds me, Bash put out a video on how to drop shot, and the top rated comment was, when are you going to tell us how to come up from the drop shot?
I've been stuck here for ages. I freaking love Bash, man. He's outstanding. But I can't believe he made a drop shot video in 2012.
Made a video on how to drop shot, yeah.
At the time, I was talking to Bash like every day on Skype, and all of his friends were just like, I can't believe you released a video on how to drop shot in 2012.
Okay, so there's a move that I have when I'm playing where if a guy sees me, I'll run one way and then come back the other way because he thinks he's going to catch me at the other end, and I just come behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And I have never seen a video or anybody ever give that tip, and so I have a good example of it. But I'm like, is that a video? Is that worthy of a video?
Honestly, like I 100% believe it is, and I also believe, even though it just seems to be like a super unpopular opinion as of right now, that drop shotting is also a valid video, because you still find people who don't know what it is. If there's still like 60-70% of the people watching your videos who don't know what drop shotting is, you should probably make a video about it. That's why tactical setup and
I'm about to go all out. I'm about to tell people how to turn music off in Black Ops.
Oh, man. Like, I know it's not popular opinion, and for the record, I have not made a video on drop shotting, nor do I plan to. But I wouldn't insult someone for doing it.
So
in this time,
in the chat, respond with a yes or no. Do you know what drop shotting is already?
Yes. The average person who
I think it's going to be just
already
crushed with yeses. I think everyone's going to be like...
I absolutely do, too. I definitely do think it is like an overwhelming yes, but I also don't think there's an overwhelming people who know how to do it correctly. I think 50% of people who just answered yes probably think they can drop shot while they're on default. And if you know anything about drop shotting, if you really had experience with the game, you know what it's like.
Time out.
You talk about the claw?
I can drop shot on default. It's not as effective.
There you go.
Easy.
Point proven.
It's not effective or as easy, but you can still drop shot. You know what I mean?
Some of the optic, I think, Big Timer plays on default, and he uses the claw.
So there is a difference between playing with the claw and not. But honestly, like, I remember Tate was a good example. He thought he could drop shot with default settings. And I sat there watching a video of his, and I saw him drop shot, and he had a very delayed drop shot. It was like visibly, it was noticeable to your eyes, seeing.
Okay, you know what I find really funny is when you watch the kill cam and the person drop shots you and your back's to them. Like, you ever see those people that drop shot constantly, like every single kill?
Yeah. I mean, I do it occasionally. Muzzlefuzzle is probably the biggest offender of it that I've seen, and that's not insulting him. I just see him do it all the time.
When I first learned to drop shot, I drop shot at every kill. I would be hiding behind a barrel, and I'd drop shot and shoot the barrel by accident. Like, I would drop shot all the time. Because the reason I switched to drop shotting, and this is back in COD 4, is I would tense up on my controller. Like, I'd get all nervous and scared every engagement, and I would knife from like 30 feet away. And I'm losing gunfights because I'm like, shooting, knifing. Yeah. And I just like, oh my god, I just embarrassed myself. I knife from 30, 40 feet away. So if I switched to tactical, then all of a sudden I would drop shot by accident, which was actually kind of pro. and I did that until, it's now where I kind of drop shot when I mean to. But yeah. But
I don't know, like, I don't see drop shotting as that big of a deal. It's just it's a tactic. You know what I mean?
It's pretty effective. I feel like I'm pro when I do it, and then of course other people will say it's a noob move and that you should strafe. But I don't know.
I think stuns are a new move. Like,
what?
Yeah. I've had an issue with stuns since COD 4. Like,
are you serious?
Yeah, hell yeah.
How are stuns
in Call of Duty? Because what it's saying is you can't hit a moving target. That's what you're saying by stunning me.
Not always, but I know what you're saying, and I would probably agree with you.
I use them for checks as much as I use for anything else. Like I stun into rooms before I walk into them.
When you stun check a room, and it confirms that it's there, you're going to go in there and you're going to spray and you're going to get that kill. I don't know. It's not a. I always get mad, not mad, but I always like people always go, Blade, why don't you use stuns? It's just like, even if I'm knifing only, I still think it's, I don't know, it just feels cheap. To me, it just feels cheap.
But there's no way that you could justify the statement stuns are always cheap or stuns are always not cheap.
They feel cheap. You know it's a perk that is actually really, really good, but it doesn't get a lot of hate, and the reason why it doesn't get a lot of hate is because you can't really see it in the kill cam. It's recon. The recon.
Oh.
Because think about it. Like, let's say someone
is recon
stuns
that valuable?
In search, if you get a whole team in search and destroy running recon, you really can't be beat unless you're retarded. Like, it's like the recon is super effective. You have recon on, throw a stun, and like Blackbird status exactly where they're at. And if you play search and destroy and you run against a team that's everyone's running recon, it's a nightmare. You can't do anything about it. They all throw stuns at the choke points, and everyone knows exactly where everyone's at. But the thing is, when you watch a kill cam and you see a guy just run up to you and shoot you, you're not really mad at that. But really, he knows instantly where you are because of the recon.
Yeah, it definitely does make things pretty unbalanced for that gunfight. I mean, all the pro players were using that originally when they were playing before the perk settings were really figured out in MLG.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote, drop shotters are effing terrible little assholes, and so are people who flash. Basically, if you're shooting before me, you're kind of a dick. Like, I don't really like the way you play this game.
Oh, man. It's funny how people get so worked up over, like, little things like drop shotting.
We're running out of things okay, if someone were to follow that rule... And I feel so bad because every time someone starts a YouTube commentary, they have to do like this in front of the judge thing, like, I'm sorry that I used this, or I'm sorry that I used this gun, or I apologize for not getting a Moab with direct impact stuns only. I apologize. Like, it's like, God damn, can we just play? Like,
yeah. Oh, the list of which guns are not cheap, especially in COD 4. Like, you couldn't use the M16, you couldn't use the M4, you couldn't use the MP5. It was like if you weren't using the MP44 or something, you were using a noob weapon. They were all getting like off limits. I don't know.
I think as much it's the commentators part of it too, because like I think that if we didn't start off, it's not me, but like let's say other people that are making videos, the first minute of the video, it's them saying sorry for using this, or they'll pull out like a shotgun or like a Kimbo FMGs and get a kill. They're like, listen, that's the only kill I get with it. It's like I don't need to know that information. Just shows the gameplay. Like
no, but some people absolutely will be like their comments will be quelled by you saying, "Oh, all right, I only got this one kill with this cheap thing. Don't worry about it."
You could drop the most monumental commentary, and they'll be like "assassin noob." I'm like,
dude. Last year with Black Ops, I had a lot of FAMAS games, and I love the FAMAS, and I'm using it. I'm like, man, whenever I use the FAMAS, I'm getting good games, and nobody hates on it. It's not like the Noob Tube from the year before. FAMASs were cool. It was all right, and I had a lot of FAMAS gameplays up, and then somewhere like no one notified me, but there was a no FAMAS rule instituted on YouTube. And all of a sudden, I was like the talk of the town. You could only use the FAMAS, your whatever, cow molesting pedo or something because you used the FAMAS. And it was like, man, nobody told me. I didn't know. People are fussing about the FAMAS in crazy ways, and I'll stop using it.
I think a good balance is there's probably is the overpowered like one go-to weapon in each class.
It always extends to like every weapon, right? Like I'll take Black Ops. You can't use the FAMAS. You can't use the AK-47U. You can't use the Galil, especially if it's silenced. And shucks, what else can't you use in there? Like they just list off every weapon that is good. G11, you can't use the G11. You can't use Ghost. It just now. What can't you use? MP90, Striker, MP7, ACR. I was using the Scar a bunch because it was like not on the hated list, and then suddenly it got posted on the hated list.
Yeah, people just work their way down. The truth is there will always be a best gun, and people will always hate on it.
It's not just best.
No matter...
It's like you're using a top 8 gun. You suck. Really?
Yeah,
top 8? Chill.
Yeah.
That's one thing I never wanted to do. I never wanted to be like, oh, these commentators suck because they use guns. I only knife. Like, no, that's not like what I was going for.
Yeah,
but I am happy that I don't have to
that
deal
vibe
with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, I never.
Only thing I ever had to deal with was like when I first started Modern Warfare 2, and I discovered Commando, and I fell in love with Commando, and then it got to a point where I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, I didn't hate on Commando. I didn't hate on Modern Warfare 2 on anything except the noob tubes. The noob tubes ruined that game for me.
You know what's funny with me? I never had an issue with the noob tubes because I moved on from the respawn game type. Like any game type that had a respawn system in Modern Warfare 2 to me was flawed. So I just went to search. And then I noticed that people liked that I posted search, and so that's all I did. So I never really felt the wrath of the noob tubes like everyone's talking about.
It's, in the chat here, people are saying the G36C is cheap and that the Type 95 is cheap. And
I've never thought of the G36C as cheap.
I never thought that was on the cheap list, and I've heard the Type 95 is on the cheap list, right? Certainly I've heard about that. But when I go into games, I'm not seeing Type 95s like I saw AK-74U FAMASs. And certainly they're not MP40s. Like, I don't actually...
I think the Type 95 would be overpowered if it was, like, in Black Ops or something like that. But, like, all the guns kill so fast that burst fire weapons need to be powerful.
That's true, actually. Yeah, you're going to lose to an MP7 at distance if that thing doesn't kill in one shot. Someone said AK-47 rules the game. That's one of the few ones I don't have gold. Like, I think it might be the only assault rifle I don't have in gold. I'm not sure.
47 definitely does not rule the game.
No. And, I like the AK-47 in COD 4, but in Modern Warfare 3... This is a lot of kick on that thing.
Do you guys notice that the connection for Modern Warfare 3 is a lot better than it was when the game, like, the first month of the game?
Absolutely. Now, me personally, it's gotten a little worse for me just lately, but you can't go. You know what I noticed? And xJawz might back me up here. If you play too late at night, your connection will suck. Like, I was playing at 4 a.m. 2 days ago, because, I don't have a real job. And, when I play at 4 a.m., everyone else in the lobby is in California or like Western Canada or something like that. So like I'm losing every knife fight.
I think that the quality of players is actually better at night because they tend to get like they work up like Call of Duty lather and then they kind of zone out to it. You know what I mean? so they almost become like robots. But like
I
the
think
people
the kids
during
go
the
to sleep
day,
too.
or
I think if you're playing at midnight, they're mostly like 18 years old and they're pretty sharp. Whereas if you're playing like right after school, then sometimes they're not as good. 'Cause they don't have like they didn't start back in COD 4.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do agree that the connection does get worse at night because you have to deal with people who are usually not overseas, but just not in the same state as you. And,
Yeah, they're West Coast, right? It's like if you're playing at 3 a.m. and you're in Pennsylvania, then it's only midnight in California, and the game doesn't have any other idiots staying up as late as you.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on. Somebody wrote the Dragunov is cheap. But yeah, the ACR is too cheap. God,
I have a tough time because I'm a night owl myself, so a lot of times I'll play at night, and so what's late for like midnight for me is 3 a.m. for you guys. So that's like, I don't know. There's not as many people, and then a lot of times people you play are just like mindless drones that kind of, you know. I don't know there's something about that though. Like Sam, I think you did a commentary about that a long time ago, where you get into like autopilot mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I took away from that? Like sometimes I watch an xJawz video and it was like, ooh, that tip is a keeper that I'm gonna lock in forever. And in that particular video, I saw it too. He's like, you're on autopilot. You're just playing. You're throwing a stun into every room, to check it and make sure that it's clear. And it's like, throw a stun into every room before you enter, as a rule. That's not a bad rule. I think it's a rule of thumb, right? It's like a 90%er type thing. If there's green triangles in there, you don't need the stun check. But I was like, I'm gonna burn that one in. That one wasn't obvious to me before I saw it. Mm-hmm. And then there's, sorry,
I got a quick question. So you've been playing Modern Warfare 3, Woody. Obviously, you've been playing a lot of the different game types. Mm-hmm. Is there like a map game type thing that you just go, I don't know how to approach this yet? Because like when I play Interchange, I just throw my hands up. I have no idea how to play that. To this day, like
Downturn, I think is a.
I don't see Downturn pop up too often.
Yeah, I swear they took Downturn out of the like. I think they weighted the maps like based on the votes, and Downturn shows up every once in a blue moon. They're like, all right, I admit it, I made a mistake. I'm not going to remove the map.
You also notice, okay, I notice this a lot. Whenever they have Interchange, they also have, what's the outdoor map? It's fucking big as fuck.
Village.
They always have those two grouped together. I'm like, I don't want to play either of those.
Yeah, they're sort of like right up the same vein. They're the same sort of map.
Dude, I love 20% of Village. The part over by the buildings in Village is great map design. The other 80%, that freaking Narnia wasteland of running around doing nothing, sucks. It's like most of Village I absolutely hate. Like from the river all the way to those damn caves, I don't want to be there. I spend all my time trying to get over to where like the sea domination area is. And then if I'm in the other spot, it's I don't have any fun on the rest of Village.
I just think like most of the time, like like if you put me on COD 4, Team Deathmatch COD 4, I could like blindly run my route. I know the routes. I know what I'm supposed to do. Mm-hmm. I know how I approach it for the maximum success that I could possibly have. But there's just some maps, especially in the last couple Call of Duties, that when they come up, I'm just like, I have no idea how to play this.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to approach this.
Downturn, and then I swear, and people are going to make fun of me for this, Arcaden, sometimes I feel like what the hell was I supposed to do? If you look at a COD 4 map, or Modern Warfare 2 map, or Black Ops map, or even a World at War map, for the most part, you have kind of like a grid with 3 channels that lead from one side to the other. Right? That's more or less how Subbase is designed. That's more or less how Terminal is designed. That's more or less
how most good search maps are done that way. There's 3 flows of traffic.
Yeah, there's 3 like channels that lead from one side of the map to the other. If you look at Arcaden, that thing is just a big spaghetti plate of like possible area, like paths that you can take. To me, and I'll die on Arcaden. Like trying to take B-Dom, for example, and it's like, well, how the hell do you defend yourself while you're taking B-Dom? There's some guy up by Boobies, which is the call out for that like poster area behind the glass, or there's some guy by top glass, which is the other part behind the glass, or there's some guy by fountain, or there's some guy by rubble, or there's some guy by bar. Do you even have a shot? Why don't you just stand on top of the fountain and let people shoot you? Like, something about arcading, in my mind, I have a hard time, like, just not dying sometimes.
I'm trying to think of the COD 4 map that it has a statue in the middle.
Oh, there's Strike or something?
Well, no, there's Block.
Not Block. Not. It's a smaller. Okay,
there's
you know
two
how
with
when the game Showdown. I thought that was the shittiest. Like that was just.
Is that the one with the lattice work everywhere?
It's a small search and destroy map.
It's square. Yeah. There's two with statues in the middle. One is
Block.
There's a big one and a small one. Oh, actually, there's three. There's Block with the statue in the middle, which is the gray one. There's Showdown, which I think is the one that has all the lattice work, and there's like a square upstairs you can run around. And then there's another one where
that's the one I'm talking about.
Strike. There's Strike.
Strike. Yeah,
Block,
that's the
Showdown.
one. The call out I think is Skybox to look at the
Yeah,
to look at the statue.
Yeah. I don't like levels that are just square like that. Like I'd rather have.
In COD 4, I would like put on my little field commander's hat and tell everyone what to do, which sounds like dickish behavior as I describe it, but it was actually well received in lobbies. You know, like I'd be like, all right, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 2 flags. We're going to launch this. This is the line that you shall not cross, and we're going to spawn trap them. And we would spawn trap on that map all the time. 2 or 3 choppers would like everyone was like combating, like hoping that their chopper would be the next one to come in. And those are good games, man. It's fun when everyone's
I know some YouTubers hate me because, like, my whole thing is just rushing spawn. So, like, and you notice I don't really put up a lot of domination or demolition or anything like that because, you know, if I do rush spawn, I'm just going to flip it. And people get annoyed by that. I'd be annoyed by that if I was a shooter, so.
I get that, yeah. No, I swear I don't spawn trap in Modern. You know what? I don't play with teams as much in Modern Warfare 3. I don't know the spawn traps as well as I did in previous Call of Duties.
The spawns are so weird in Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, and the maps are weird to me. The maps, that whole kind of squarish map with 3 channels thing is just gone. It's just like it seems. I mentioned Arcaden as one, but there are lots of examples. I mean, heck, take
Mission's a good three channel map.
Mission, is that the one with the garden roof? It's kind of big and B-Dom. You spawn at B-Domination instead of, like, by A or C? Or am I thinking of Overgrown? What the hell's... I'm trying to remember.
Mission is the map where that kid got, like, the 180 kill game.
Yeah. Mission's the one where B-Dom is, like... There's a hill, and you can spawn trap at A-Dom. Yeah. I don't know how I forgot that. Yeah, I like Mission, actually. There's another one where, like...
Dude, I like it. I like it too.
I can be in a lobby with
search.
total strangers, and then the second the team breaks up, it's like, all right, guys, we'll take A, but then we have to go to C. Let's run through the river, flip the spawns, and then we'll own CB, and we'll spawn trap them down at A. And by and large, people are like receptive to a team leader. You know, it's on a map like Mission, or Bog would be another one. You know, you don't want to just go in without a strategy on Bog. You're gonna get the C spawn. You got to get the A spawn. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't know. I long before I was a YouTuber, my friends list would always fill up because I would like make friends on teams and stuff really quickly. Because I'm chatty like that.
Is there any information about what maps we will be getting back from old games in the DLC coming up for Black Ops or for Modern Warfare 3?
The closest thing I have to information is Robert Bowling's like troll interviews after he quit. Right? He's like, they wanted to bring back maps and charge for them, and he's like, why can't we do it for free? Why can't we build goodwill? Why does everything have to be driving subscriptions and driving revenue? And Robert Bowling was saying he felt like the money would take care of itself if they just provided good products and service, whereas Activision is more charge. So there should be some old maps coming back, but they're going to cost money.
Mm-hmm. Did you see
I say bring back Fuel. That's all I want.
Really?
Fuel?
you want the rock with the rock glitch.
That'd be the ultimate troll move if they brought back maps, but they only brought back like the shitty ones that you hate.
You know, there wasn't a map on COD 4 that I really hated. I didn't like Block too much, but even that is better than a lot of
It's so
other
funny
maps.
because I actually I'm like the only person in the world that actually really enjoys that map because it's like one of the few maps on TDM that you can sound whore on. You know?
Yeah, so like people think of Block as a sniper map, but it's also a ghost map, right? It's also a ninja map, and it's another way to play it. But yeah, I haven't played COD 4 in ages.
Yeah, neither have I. I should throw that in sometime soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Borderlands, and Far Cry has my attention too. Like I checked out Far Cry at PAX, and it has me wondering how good is this game going to be.
Fun. I like
Have you guys played Sniper Elite 2 yet?
No.
No,
Okay, so there's a demo on Xbox right now for Sniper Elite 2, and it's basically a sniping game. But when you get a kill, it shows the bullet time, and it shows it like going into the person's body and blood and all that kind of stuff. Like the kill cams are the most epic kill cams I've ever seen.
That's one of the things I liked about Far Cry was the kill cam. So for me on kill cams, the way that I use them is to learn from my mistakes. I remember when I first started in COD, I would feel like some of my kills were kind of pro. You can't see my quotes, but it was like, man, I really got on target and I killed that guy. And then I'd watch myself die, and it's like, oh my goodness. I was completely unaware that my entire right flank was just wide open to an entire street. Or, doorways. In my freaking retarded head, I guess that's a bad word to use. People give me a hard time. But in doorways, I thought doorways were good cover. Like, I'll stand in a doorway and shoot from there, and that'll give me the advantage, because there's a lot of directions you can't be shot from in a doorway. But then I learned from watching the kill cams, doorways are actually a terrible place to stand, Like, of course you're blocking traffic, but beyond
I
that...
say no doorways and a level with nothing but ladders.
So
biggest troll ever.
So anyway,
a block size map, but nothing but ladders.
And then when I would play,
it's like the labyrinth.
So I didn't play Halo before COD. Like a lot of people were Halo guys that converted. For me, I played COD and then I tried a little Halo, and the lack of kill cams were dreadful for me. I was like, I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. Sometimes I don't even know which of you guys killed me. I don't know what line of sight I was so exposed to. Like, please replay for me what just happened.
So they've updated the they've updated before when you in COD 4 when it first came out, when you threw a grenade and killed someone, when they watched the kill cam, all I saw was just a guy chuck a grenade and 3 seconds later you got a kill. Then they changed it so that they'd follow the path of the grenade, and I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Why, if a sniper hits a game-winning kill cam, why can't we watch the path of the bullet?
Oh, that'd be cool. Or better yet, a throwing knife or a tomahawk. You should totally be dolly camming or something through the arc of. I guess they do with that, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do with the tomahawks and throwing knives.
My mistake.
But I'm just saying, I think it might get a little cheesy with to show if someone's spraying someone with an SMG or something, don't show all the bullets, but that bullet that did kill you, just let's watch that last bullet,
Yeah, that
Definitely, yeah, great idea.
That'd be pretty cool. Sam, you talking to us?
That was one of the cooler fixes Call of Duty 4 ever had.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, that was a big
Hell
improvement.
yeah.
What was
I think that encouraged spammage of grenades because it's pretty cool to watch an epic kill cam.
Oh, what I was gonna say with Far Cry, when it shows you your kill, it turns it into this CSI mode where it shows you the guy that killed you and then his angle and then where the bullet sort of pierced you. It's not gory. It's like a quick tutorial on what you did wrong. And
I still think that if I play NBA 2K, right, at the end of a game, it'll show the highlights. I think there's no way to know the game. I don't think there's a way to know, maybe off the decibels of the voice chat or something, but to show the top 3 coolest kills in the game, as the loading screen happens. You see what I'm saying?
No, say it again.
All right, so let's say you play a match, a team deathmatch, right? At the end of the game, instead of just looking at a scoreboard for 30 seconds, why not show the coolest frags or the coolest kills that happened during the game, like a highlight reel?
That'd be kind of cool too. I like that.
But I have no idea how the game would say what is a good kill, though. You know what I mean? What is a cool kill or what is
distance shots or I don't know. But you know what else? Or defends. They could tell the flow of the game by defends and flag caps and stuff like that. I had as far as troll maps, you know what they could do? They could like grab decent maps and bring them back as snow maps.
How about this?
They did that. They did that in Crash with Crash. Remember?
Wait, that wasn't a snow map.
You know the pipe in a hard hat?
Yes.
I want a map that's just one super long pipe.
As a knifer. Just play infected on that shit. Like multi-kill after multi-kill.
What I was saying with Crash is that the Call of Duty 4 guys did that for the PC version of Crash. They just brought for Goodwill they just decided to make a holiday night version of Crash when Christmas.
Oh, I've seen that. I like that idea.
I love it, but
I've
as
always
a free
said that
idea.
if they, honestly, if they were to have all the maps be night and day, you double the number of maps. I think the games.
Do you think they play different?
I don't think they play different, but it's a visual thing. Like when we have to, when you play Call of Duty a lot, you're constantly looking at the same thing, and it can get monotonous. That's why I think Black Ops was that's what made Black Ops kind of boring, is because all the maps kind of look the same. Like you want different visual stimulants.
My problem with Black Ops is the art, man. I feel like they've got one artist, and he does brown.
Yeah, they're like this. Like when we watch the Black Ops vision, it's like he was really depressed when he made this. This is the depressing years for this artist. This is the dark period.
Right. They need to hire someone who does like circus decorating to do some maps. Of course, then you might get Carnival. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, you might have 20 Carnival maps in the game.
But yeah, something about Black Ops, they just always make it depressing. I would like happy maps. I don't care if they're zombie maps. Make them nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't like Carnival, though. Remember that. We did think that the colors of Carnival did make it harder for people to stick out. So
Carnival was practically camouflage, but I didn't love the way Terminal played because I felt like NoobTubes broke it, but I love the way Terminal looked. Terminal's one of the best looking maps in COD history. So, there's that.
Yeah. I like that map as well. I think it played pretty well, especially for Search and Destroy, actually, with Blade here.
I'm trying to think of what would be a really shitty map to bring back into Modern Warfare 3.
A crappy map to bring back.
I still think Fuel needs to make a comeback. I think that'd be the biggest troll move ever. Like,
you know what a troll move would be? What if you gave Xbox Elite members Modern Warfare 2 Noob Tubes? That would totally that would ruin your game. That would you'd just be getting destroyed by people who had $60 a year. That would.
Oh man, Call of Duty Elite subscriptions would shoot through the roof.
There
you go.
There it is. You want to sell subscriptions? Put Noob Tubes, like powerful Noob Tubes, on it.
Did you guys see Robert Bowling's new company and what he said about it so far?
Yes, and go ahead. Do you want to?
I'm going to make a video about it because I really like it. I really like what he said.
Really,
he pretty much summed up the idea that the gaming industry is producing just as much revenue for its big games as the biggest hits in the movie industry, right? In the film industry, whatever. So why aren't the people responsible for making them getting paid as such? Why aren't there sort of like game designers who are superstars or just incredible what they do and also getting paid, compensated for being so incredible?
But I also saw him say stuff like, we shouldn't be building games on a schedule. These should be a developer-focused companies that just happen to produce some games every so often. It was all like this, like...
it sounded like hippie bullshit, like...
Bullshit, but it was it was almost like, alright, I've seen the inside of a gaming studio for a while now, and I've determined that they're too customer-focused by, say, delivering before Christmas every year and, I don't know, putting out DLC on time and stuff like that. He's like, let's just be developer-focused. Let's focus on making the employees as happy as possible, and games will come out when they come out. And I think to myself, like, you don't usually see that business strategy. Screw the customers, we'll make what we feel like it. Like, it's not
I don't get that vibe from him.
Okay.
I don't.
Really?
I think he's going to support his game really well. He wants to create some sort of like universe he talks about. It sort of sounds like it's going to be something like World of Warcraft. I don't know, but he's going to, it's going to be more like an indie game company that really cares about the people who buy their game, and I can respect that. He took a stand for what he believes in. Like, he didn't want to represent a company he really didn't like the actions of anymore, and he decided to leave. Like, we should all congratulate him on that. We should all be happy that he did something noble and not in the interest of just money, like, he could have done. He was probably sitting on a pretty good 6-figure salary, doing something that really isn't that difficult, to just be a punching bag. And I really do believe
that's his a pretty tough job, actually.
So for us, when our livelihood depends on that community reception,
he was measured on community reception, right? I mean, that's not so easy.
By us, but not by his boss, or people who paid him.
When your job is to be the PR guy, I just felt like he wasn't good at being a PR guy.
That was my thing, right? Like, so I'm a person who's looking for his PR, right? Oh, are there patches? What's going on? The info's late and freaking sentence fragment bullshit. People have weapons balance issues. People have questions about lag compensation. The community is screaming out with one common chant about lag comp or noob tubes or whatever. Tell me where Activision stands, and you can't get an answer. It's like, if you're the PR guy,
really, like, why do we hate him for that? Why don't we just say, look, there's a machine here. He's the part of the machine that hears all the problems. Then he has to pass it on to the part of the machine that fixes them and approves them and puts them out. And somewhere along this machine, there's a problem. Does it necessarily mean that the part that hears our problems is wrong? No.
So look, I definitely, I don't know if you're talking to me, like, when you say that. I don't accuse him of writing bad code for noob tubes. But I do say, I'm looking for a response for the company, right? He should be banging on somebody's high-up's door and saying, look, this is what your customers say. They're revolting and they're pissed. We need to formulate a response.
But we don't really revolt. We still buy the game.
And we also don't know what is happening behind the scenes. We don't know what he isn't allowed to do. What if someone's just yelling at him saying, no, you just make the community be happy, we're going to do what we can do, we're going to do this, we're going to do that.
I personally think that there needs to be, as a community manager, you're getting paid all this money, I personally think that you need to actually play the game that you're talking about. Because, like, I saw a YouTube video, and it showed, like, Robert Bowling has maybe 15 hours played on Modern Warfare 3, and it's just like, come on, dude, like, if you're not in the trenches with us, then you're not knowing what we're talking about.
Someone says, look at Valve, right? They have no one has a job title. The games have no set release date. It's totally developer-centric. And my response would be, yeah, look at Valve. How's Half-Life 3? Did you like that game? I
didn't even know there was a Half-Life 3.
There is none. People have been screaming for Half-Life. They're saying that Gabe Newell should be president of the world. And that would guarantee that there will never, ever, ever be a World War III. Because they don't deliver 3 on anything. Doesn't matter if it's Half-Life, Left 4 Dead, or whatever. And it's like, if Valve were more customer-focused, you'd at least have a Half-Life 3. You'd get that stuff out there. Valve's, I guess, a pretty successful company. You wouldn't call them anything else. But it's not so bad to be customer-centric and to deliver on time. I like annual Call of Duties. Some people fuss. Annual Call of Duties, you don't get enough innovation or whatever. Nah, it's fine by me. Every year I want a new one. Heck, I want one every 9 months. I'm kind of worn out with this one. And what's it been? 5 months? I could do every 6.
I'm not gonna lie. I would love to have 2 Call of Duties a year if they're good, but I don't know if you can make a good Call of Duty in 6 months. You know what I mean?
I agree with you. Possible. But let's pretend it was. I'd be down for an every 6-month Call of Duty.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, bring it.
Hey, I'm going to have to jump out of here, guys. I really appreciate you having me on, though, Woody. I put up a video, and I'll leave it up. So
right.
Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys later.
Thanks, Sam. I guess we'll call it a wrap. It's been over 2 hours, and there we are. So I'm sorry. What was I going to say? The reason Wings couldn't make it was he's helping a friend with his car, and Kyle's internet.
I would laugh so hard if he joined the call right now. Like, okay, guys, I'm back.
I'm here. Let's do this. But hey, special thank you to Sam, OnlyUseMeBlade, and White Boy for jumping in and letting us do a PKA, even when I was the only guy left standing. So I really do appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Peace.